Hello, my name is Chalnis. Today I will be talking about video game and its educational benefits. As we know, technology is everywhere in today's world. Um, we use it for many beneficial aspects like working, schools, um, talking, communicating with each other. But our younger generation, they tends to go for video games in order to have fun, to distract themselves, a way to uh, take out the excessive energy they have. There are many arguments about the benefit of playing video games out there. As you probably know, some people are against it, some are pro. Um, Today I'm going to show you the pros and why it is beneficial and how you can use it to improve ourselves, especially in educational level. When I was growing up as a kid, my grandma, my mother told me that get out of the couch and make sure you're being active because playing video games turn your brain too much. And back then, there was not a lot of studies that proved wrong, so people just assumed that's how it works. But nowadays, there are studies out there, and they do show the beneficial aspect, especially in the educational level when it comes to playing video games. Um, for younger generation, since a child, the best time for them to learn new skills is when they're growing up, and there's different studies out there that shows the age range. It could be from 1 to 2, 1 to 5, um, but everybody knows it is when they are really young that they learn the most because their brains are more laxicity and they can absorb more information. But if you look around today, kids are hard to stay focused. Um, there's so much technology and they just want to do what they see everyone doing, which is playing on their phones, iPads, and even playing on systems. So kids want to have fun as well. And if they get bored, they don't want to stay and learn. Which in this case, if you take a kid and tell him go read a book, he probably will get bored very fast. Um, if you know how to read. So ways we can take video games and teach our kids new skills. There's a company called ABC Mouse out there that takes uh, games and turns them to a way of kids learn new skills. Um, the company uses games to have your kids learn how to read, how to write, how to pronunciate things, how to do math. Um, as you can see, and it's all over commercials, and a lot of people swear by it that it it, it helps their kid learn educational level in terms of school wise as well. Um, as as you grow up a little more, um, those type of games kind of become boring to you, to an adolescent or middle age generation person like myself. So we tend to play games that are more advanced or harder in terms of skills wise. Um, Games that like that more advanced and they are harder. They don't seem very educational, but they are. They're teaching our brain a few things. They're teaching our brain to improve our motor skills because in our reaction times, it help us be multitasking because games more advanced and require us to be multitasking. Not like for example Call of Duty. It's about a game about fighting in a war, um, where you take where you play with other people online, which is also teaching you how to communicate, which is a very excellent skill to have, especially after you grow up completely, or you know, or your school or work. Um, the game basically when you're playing with other people, requires you to work well as a team. So it teaches about teamwork. Um, the whole point of mission success is how well you can work with your team, um, what type of inventory you have, when to use it. These are decision making skills that you learn by playing these type of games, even though you're not thinking about it, that you're learning. It teaches how to be more attentive and focused, because if you're not, then you're gonna get killed and your team might lose. So it's teaching you how to be proactive and how to think ahead, uh, because it's all, if you think about it, it's a strategy game. What to do um, when is the best time to do something in a game. So it teaches strategies, and nowadays that's a great skill to have, especially when making decisions um, in work or daily lives. Um, when it comes to an older generation, um, there is many beneficial aspect as well. Um, First of all, it helps you. It gives you something to do to keep your mind elasticity, because as we grow older, our brain loses the elasticity, and it slows down the ability of us absorbing new information, or just recalling information in general. Um, that's why we have like a disease, for example, called Alzheimer's, where people loses the ability to recall memory or remember who they are or who it is. Um, but as there's an article done by the NIH where they take games, and it stimulates the brain activity, and they say that by doing this it keeps the mind sharp, especially for older generations. Um, and by keeping the mind sharp, individuals have shown, the study has shown that 47% of individuals lowered their um, percentage of getting Alzheimer's disease. Um, so it's all up. So if you are prone to have a disease like Alzheimer's, um, how well you keep your brain active and how well you keep yourself active will will uh, sh- will prevent you from getting in an early age. It will make it more likely that you probably will get it at a more advanced age, or might not even get it at all. Um, so some people, here's some general educational level that um, I done myself as playing it in a personal level, and from from reading more about the research out there, is that, for example, when I was playing, I like playing video games like Final Fantasy games, because it promotes strategies. It gives me helps me think on my feet. It shows puzzles where sometimes I had to, uh, in order for me to gain an item, I have to complete certain things, like goals. For example, I have to think on my feet. I have to see what's best for me and my team on the game. Um, so if we take these motor skills and these tasks like goals, they give you achievements, um, and thinking on your feet, and turn to put in a real life situation. So if you want to graduate from school, you have to meet certain goals, criterias. Um, you have to pass all your class, of course, um, in order to gain your bachelor's degrees or your master's, whatever degree you're looking for. Um, so games does the same thing. In order for you to move on ahead of to the next level, you have to meet those criterias. So teaching you how to it's giving you goals and teach you how to take those your skills and implement them into real situation, and in order for you to successfully achieve that goal. Um, Game also makes decisions, like you can teach you how to manage things like inventory. You need to know what you have, when to use it, what to buy, how to negotiate things, how to trade. Um, and this is, if you think about it, if you work in a restaurant, you have to be able to know how to do these things, because if you don't have enough inventory, then you can't sell. If you can't sell, you can't make enough money, um, and that runs your restaurant down to business. So it teaches decision making skills. If you're running a company, you need to be able to take all the information at a hand and make a educational decision that's going to benefit your company. And by having playing video games, it keeps your um, decision making skills active, and when that reaction comes in real life, you more likely be able to make the right decision because of that. So in conclusion, video games have great benefits on your daily lives, like motor skills, reaction times, um, help us keep active, it helps us prevent uh, future diseases if we are eligible for them. Um, Also, one of our biggest challenges is time, because time makes our brain less elastics and slows down our ability to remember things. And how well we prolong that from happening is how well we keep our brain active and our educational skills active. Uh, as you know, video games help the younger generation learn new skills. It helps middle generation improve their crime skills and even learn new skills at hand if they haven't already learned. And with older generation, it helps them master their current skills and keep them at the top of the game. Um, so thank you for listening, and I hope you now learn about the educational level of playing video games. Thank you.